What's going on, everybody? Jay here with Nature's Battlegrounds. Today I'm doing a little bit of a different video. We usually do videos of us going out in the woods, doing some camping or some survival stuff, some outdoor challenges, things of that nature. Today I'm going to show everybody what I bring on a lot of my challenges and on a lot of my adventures to keep myself and my family safe. So this is my medical kit, and I'm going to break down the essential items that I have in here. I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm not a physician. I'm not a medical expert. However, I've done a lot of thoughtful planning, and I've constructed a medical kit here that I hope is covering just the very basics. If there's anything at all that anybody thinks that would benefit myself and my family to add to this bag, or if you think maybe there's something that is not necessary in here, please comment and let me know so I can make some adjustments. Don't forget, if you enjoy these types of videos, please subscribe to the channel. It really would help us out. We are committed to the success of this channel, and we'd love to see the growth. So please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, watch an extra video if you don't mind. But without further ado, let's get into this. Let's get into this medical kit. Okay, so first things first here. You might notice the pattern on it. So this is called CADPAD. Actually, this is the Canadian Forces, which is the military here in Canada. This is the pattern that they use. Okay, so you can get this if you're in the army. If you're a soldier in the army. You'll get something like this will get issued to you. This is something that you would basically hook up to the side of your ruck so you can add extra things to it, things that are accessible. You can also buy these at surplus stores or places of that nature. So that's what the pattern is. It's CADPAD. And if I'm not mistaken, the way that they made this CADPAD is they took a picture of the wood line from a distance, and then they just digitalized it. So this is pictures of the woods digitalized. So it's pretty cool. I think it's great camouflage, depending on the environment that you're in. But definitely a win for concealment in the Canadian wilderness. The first item that I have on the side of my medical kit is a knife for many reasons. But you can just use your imagination. But like I said, if you need to cut some fishing line, if you're going to be doing some sutures or some stitches, you might need to use it to cut some fishing line, or you might need to use it to cut some tape. The other thing is, if you have a wound that's very, very bad and you need to cauterize it, you may be able to heat up the blade of this knife to the point where it's red hot and apply it to the skin and cauterize that wound. Many different uses in a medical situation for a knife. So that's item number one. And there are a ton of items in here, so I'm going to go through them as quickly as possible. Again, please let me know if you guys are seeing anything in here that you think may not be necessary, or that you think that if I missed something that you think I need to add, that would really help me out as well. All right, let's get into this. Well, first thing I'm realizing right now is I've tied this way too tight, because in a medical emergency situation, you want to be able just to pop this medical kit open. Now, I travel with it a lot, so that's why I've tied it in a knot as such. But I mean, every second counts in a medical situation. So I've already learned one thing. Don't tie this tight. I got a little drawstring here like this. That's all I'm going to do. But what I did have was I had it in a knot. That we need to remove. Okay. First things first, I got an assortment of pills here. Now, I know Jess helped me pack this, so she knows what's in here. I have other pills in this bag too, but I know that there's some sort of, there's pills in here for muscle and back pain, headaches and such. But there's an arrayment of pills here. So again, just like wild edibles, if you're not sure, if you're not 100% sure what type of wild edible it is, don't eat it. If you don't know what that pill is, do not consume that pill. Make sure you 100% know. For these, there's ones on here that say muscle and back pain. If I had some muscle and back pain, I would take those pills. The other ones, even though they're in my own medical kit, unless Jess was here to confirm what they are, I would not take them. However, I do have other pills in here that I do know what they are. Like these ones as such. So I have Tylenol in here, okay? Tylenol, self-explanatory, all right? If you have headaches or if you have some sort of pain, Tylenol is great for that. I often have my children out with me, so I have children's medicine as well, children's Advil. These are chewable tablets. And I also left a little tab on here that tells you how much to give per weight of your child. So it's very important to always make sure you know how much to give to your child based on their age and their weight. And if you're not sure, if you don't have that memorized, just leave the little sticky on there. That's what I did. I didn't put the whole jar in here. I just took a little baggie and took the little sticky. So I have it with me all the time. So again, that's children's Advil. The other thing I have in here for pills is Benadryl. You'll find if you're out in the woods, you're going to encounter a lot of things that you don't know what they are and you don't know how your body's going to react. So you may end up having an allergic reaction, and Benadryl is going to be something that you are going to want. Okay? Speaking of allergic reactions, I have a family member of mine that has severe allergies. So also in this bag is an EpiPen, okay? But I'll bring that out momentarily. Okay, this one, I'm going to try to go quicker for you guys so that we can get through everything. All right, so we've got a tensor bandage, okay? Self-explanatory. Then I've got different little pouches of things, okay? So in here I've got some alcohol wipes. I've got some sterilizing wipes. I got a mask in here in case we have another pandemic. I got some gloves. I got some tape. Okay, just a whole bunch of stuff. So again, I got some alcohol wipes. I'll just go through this stuff real quick here so you guys can see it. All right. A medical mask. All right. Having a mask to cover your face. Now, there's several things that we can do with this. We can also filter water with this if need be. So keep that in mind. If you guys have kits, if you have a medical kit, it can become a survival kit also. You can use it as you see fit, as you need. Okay, guys, we got Band-Aids in here. We got an arrangement of Band-Aids. We got little tiny Band-Aids, little regular size Band-Aids. We got some big Band-Aids. All right, we got some alcohol wipes right here. Cool. We got needles. All right, these are sewing needles, but I put them in here not for sewing. I put them up for doing sutures. If you need to do stitches, if you have a wound, okay. If you have some fishing line or such, you can sew up a wound with these. Now, again, I'm not an expert at this, but I know how to sew. They teach you how to sew when you're in the military. That's the first thing you do in basic training. You sew your name tag onto every piece of kit that they issue you, which is painstakingly long task to do, but you learn how to sew and you never forget. I would assume doing a stitch is the same as sewing. Again, it's a medical emergency. If you can get a medical professional there to help you, I recommend doing that. That is going to be your number one best asset, is call your local emergency team and get them to help you as soon as possible. Follow their instructions. If you have any medical knowledge, please use it. Always upgrade your skills, CPR courses, medical courses, and such. Okay, let's go through this quick. We got rubber gloves here. So these are going to help us be sanitary, all right? If we got to touch wounds and such, we don't want to infect anybody's bodies. What do we got here? This is just a gauze pad. We've got a small swab, so a sterilizing swab. We got moist wipes. We have got lots of alcohol wipes, okay? Moist wipes, alcohol wipes. These things are going to clean areas before we need to do our work on them. We got some more gauze to wrap up wounds and such. Tape to hold the gauze on, okay? Lots of tape, lots of tape. Tape is good for a lot of things. We have clothespins, okay? Clothespins are going to hold that tensor bandage. And we can use our imaginations to do these things too, guys. We got a lot of things here to do a lot of different tasks, okay? So we are already well on our way in this bag, and I got a lot more. So I'm going to keep showing you. It's amazing how much you can fit in a bag this size, by the way. So I'm going to keep going here so we can get through quick. What do we got in this bag? More bandages and dressings and such to dress wounds. More here, okay? And I've kind of already arranged them so that they're in these little baggies, so that if I need these gauze pads, they're in a baggie. I grab that baggie and I can go. All right, so more bandages, which is always good. In here, what do we got? This is for dressing, so dressing wounds, all right? We got dressings for wounds. What do we got in here? More dressing, and this has got a shoulder sling in it. So if you separate a shoulder or something, you've got a sling. Okay, you can stabilize your arm, sling that up until you can get out and get some medical help. Then what do we got? We got some things to deal with the elements. These are all hand warmers, different types of hand warmers. Okay. Sometimes you'll get in a medical situation where it's a hypothermic situation and you need to warm somebody up or you need to warm yourself up. So having a external source of heat is always going to help you. So it's important to have that. Speaking of heat, I have lighters in my medical kit. I always want to be redundant with fire no matter what I'm doing. I have syringes, okay? Syringes we can use for an arrangement of things, from whether it's from inserting alcohol to clean out a wound, removing pus or things from wounds. You know, use your imagination. There's a lot of things we can do with syringes. We can even help to use, these can help to purify water if need be. Burt's Bees, okay? If somebody gets some bad things happening to their lips, if they start getting dry and cracked, we can use this to help solve that issue. Rope we can use for an assortment of things. Again, we can even do a tourniquet with it. And speaking of tourniquets, I have a old belt in here. It's leather, it's very strong. If somebody has a gushing wound or if they lose a limb, I can make a tourniquet for myself or my family out in the woods. Please, again, make sure you do a little bit of medical research so you know what you're doing, because in a situation where you are in an emergency, if you have a tourniquet and you don't know how to use it, it is not going to help you. All right, what do we got? We're almost done here, guys. If you got a sore throat by now, well, good. I got some hauls for you because these are going to help out in the bush. If you got a sore throat, okay, even for morale, if you're a little bit thirsty or something, these are like a little candy, but they're great for your throat. If you got any like irritable throat, have some hauls. Those are going to help you. So I keep them in my medical kit. Benadryl cream. If you get hammered by mosquitoes like you do in the northern hemisphere, sometimes you're going to want some anti-itch cream, and that right there is what I've got. That's Benadryl cream. All right, what's this? Polysporin cream, okay? That's going to help with infections. Again, we've got some Bactane first aid spray. This is going to help keep things clean too, to reduce infection. I've got some tweezers, okay? These are going to help with getting slivers out and such, grabbing onto things, whatever, right? They use your imagination. A million things you can do with a set of tweezers. Also medical scissors. And again, this is a medical kit within my medical kit, and specifically in this one, this is in its own little kit. This is red, so I know exactly where the EpiPen is. Okay, like I said, I have a family member who has allergies, so this is an extra EpiPen. When we go out anywhere, I have an EpiPen that we keep for this family member so that there's always an EpiPen in case of an emergency. However, I like to be redundant with things like fire or to make water, things that are extremely important. So if somebody has a medical emergency, it's extremely important to be redundant with their allergies. So I have an extra EpiPen, okay, that I always keep in my medical kit. I always know where it is. If for some reason we're out in the field and there's a situation where there's an allergic reaction, and for whatever reason the primary EpiPen is not there, I always know exactly where the secondary EpiPen is. It never leaves. It's always in the medical kit. So an EpiPen. And remember, guys, if you're using an EpiPen, it's orange to the thigh, blue to the sky. All right. I got matches. Again, fire redundancy. I got file here. So you can be creative with this, but there's files here. Nail clippers, just in case, a little bit of maintenance. You can also use it to cut things. More tweezers if need be. This right here is liquid Band-Aid, all right? A liquid Band-Aid, you put it on a wound, it dries, and it seals it. You don't need to have a Band-Aid. It protects the skin, okay? What else we got? We got more medical scissors, redundancy. We got some alcohol wipes here, as well as some eye drops. We got some eye drops in there, okay? What else do we got? We're almost done, guys. A couple more things here, and we'll be done with the medical kit. A bar of soap, okay? Might need to clean yourself, especially if you got to do some stuff in somebody. If you got somebody who's got a big wound on you, you want to wash your hands thoroughly and clean that area thoroughly before you start poking around and doing what you need. Unless obviously it's gushing with blood, then in case, get that going as quickly as possible. Again, please consult with medical professional. All right, I'm just a guy who loves to camp. I'm a guy who loves to be out in the woods, and I love my family, so I'm trying to protect them as best I can. If anybody's got any advice, please, again, comment on the video. And again, if you're enjoying these types of videos, obviously this one's a little bit different, but if you're enjoying these videos, please leave a like, please subscribe, please tell your friends, and please watch another video. It'll help us out a lot. All right, without further ado, here we go. We got some more disposable gloves, more wipes, more Band-Aids. What else do we got? We're almost done here, guys. Just about done. We got sterilizing pads. We got an assortment of Band-Aids. So there's a whole bunch of mix and match Band-Aids in there. What do we got here? This is a CPR shield. I would never use one, okay? I know it's important to have. This is my field emergency kit, my field medical kit. So if I'm out in the field with anybody that comes out in the field with me, I'm not putting a face shield on. I'm going mouth to mouth. I don't care. That's my family. Even on strangers, I mean, you got to be careful with diseases and such. We do have one in here. We have a face-to-face shield for CPR. You know, that's up to you if you want to use one or not, okay? More gauze, more Band-Aids. All right, more tape, more gauze, Band-Aids, and the last thing is more gauze, okay? So this is everything I got here, and it's crazy big pile of mess now. Listen, it's not the most organized, which may be a downfall, but I know what's in here. And again, guys, just like an emergency bug out bag, you got to go through your stuff. You got to test it. So even making this video reiterates to me exactly what I have in here. So it's like a refresher. I can see it, I know it's in here, and then I can neatly put it back into my kit. Click right here, it will take you to a link that will show you my 72-hour bug out bag video. So that's an exciting video that you'll want to check out as well. Thanks, guys.